buddies. So I wanted to make a video kind of explaining my burrito bowl that I came up with a few weeks ago. As you know, my husband's truck has been broke down. I think we're on week 6 or 7. So it's definitely been what's in the freezer, what's on sale. And so what I did is I pulled out hamburger meat, rice cauliflower, seasoning blend. This time I used peppers, and then a bunch of seasonings and Rotel, 1 can of Rotel and 1 can of tomato sauce. And so in the end it ended up being a fuel pool. Now we did eat some of this last night. What I made this time is I did 2 bags of rice cauliflower. We made it into quesadillas. I think my husband made a bowl out of it. I think my son made tacos. This is so versatile. So I've got a couple of things. One in the mornings, I scrambled up some egg whites and this, and then I made breakfast tostadas. And what I did is I just threw these in my oven until crisp, just a few minutes, didn't take that long. And these are 25-calorie yellow corn tortillas. For 4 tortillas, and we did 3, you get 1 gram of fat and 17 grams of net carbs for 4 of the corn tortillas. On the picture, I think I have some lettuce and some diced tomatoes, some cilantro, and then my fuel pool nacho cheese sauce. And this is super simple. As I'm researching, as I'm aging, getting into that perimenopause phase, everything I keep reading is all about protein. So I've been trying to find ways to up my protein. So this is 1 or 2% cottage cheese, 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and I ran out of my THM. I can't do a big order right now, so ordered this from Amazon. This is comparable to THMs without a doubt. Support THM. They support and employ so many people around the world, but sometimes they can't get their products. So this is what I have used this time, and it's a little bit cheesier. I don't know, maybe I just used a little more. And this is about the only ingredient that's in any of these things that might be a little special ingredient, because I do try to make sure my recipes are, anyone can just go to Walmart. But one thing is my Walmart typically does carry nutritional yeast. However, it might not be the, where is it? Non-fortified, because that's what we want. We want to find the non-fortified nutritional yeast. And I just saved the bag so I could keep the nutritional information, but I keep all my stuff like this. It comes in bags. I keep them in my little containers. All right. So options for this: a salad and the burrito bowl mixture, and then you can mix this with some salsa, and you've got a perfect fuel pool taco burrito salad or burrito bowl, whatever you want to call it. These right here technically do not make it an E. You're going to need more carbs. So one thing I do is I soaked pinto beans last night. I did the apple cider vinegar so it helps break down the phytic acid, and then I've been cooking these on low all day. So I've got some uses for some pinto beans for the week. Let's see. You also have the option of 0 carb tortillas. One is a serving, 25 calories, 1.5 grams of fat, 7 grams of fiber, and that's your carbs. So I've done these as little tacos, little quesadillas. I've also crisped them up to go more of an S route for a tostada, but it's more of a flour instead of the corn. You could make it into a burrito, and you could even do all E stuff. You could put your beans in there, your burrito mixture, your nacho cheese sauce, some lettuce and tomatoes, some non-fat Greek yogurt. Fold this guy up, spray it with nonstick spray, and grill it. You could also go the S route. You've got avocado, sour cream, cheese, regular cheese. There's so many different things with this. Another option is you can get some brown rice. Cook up some brown rice and have, again, you could add some lettuce and some brown rice, a little bit of your beans, and then this guy, that would be an E. Another option, I made a fuel pool taco mac and cheese with this. So what I did is I used half a box of the elbow macaroni, and it still made a huge skillet. I did add a tiny bit of beans, but not much. For the huge amount, I think I might have put a cup in there, and it served like 6 people. So you're getting 1/6 of a cup of beans. I just wanted to try to make sure I utilized my beans. You don't have to. I did some of this, the rest of the nacho cheese sauce. I did Greenfield's elbow macaroni, which some people don't want to do the Greenfield's. I got an idea for you for that. I think I did cilantro and tomato and stuff like that. And that, as is a fuel pool. That is how we classify Greenfields. Another option would be different pastas that are made from things like chickpeas or red lentil. Another thing I did with this is I made an chili. I took, like I said, this right here, I was able to make probably 4 or 5 meals with this, which is great. When you're on a budget, it costs less than $20. Now my meat was from the discounted meat, that I don't know what you call it, discounted meat. So mine was like $15 or less for sure. But if you can't get reduced fat or the lean meat, make sure you rinse it. This was lean. I just went ahead and rinsed it anyway because I wanted to make sure I was sticking to the fuel pool. But I took the beans. I took this. I added maybe some broth. I know I added some stuff to make it chili. And we had chili with this. I did so many things. Breakfast and lunches and snacks. Like I said, the quesadillas, tacos, burritos. You could do enchiladas with this. You could take, I have one left from my chicken enchiladas that I made last week, or this week, however you count your week. Put this in here. You can add this. You can add, this is the fuel pool nacho cheese sauce, and it is pretty thick. It is pourable though, it is moving. And you could thin that out if you wanted it thinner. I'm talking so fast because this is just such a versatile, budget-friendly food that can feed so many people. And if you only need to feed one person, I would cut the recipe in half, and then you would have your like lunches or dinners prepped for your entire week with this. The beans aren't necessary. I'm always pointing or touching at something, I guess. The beans aren't necessary. It's just something that I almost always have in my pantry. And like I said, we're eating from the pantry and the freezers, not buying a whole lot of stuff. And the beans just add a nice fill whenever we need it. And because this is a fuel pool, I can go any direction I want. I'm sure at some point I made a crossover with some of the beans and avocado and sour cream. But I highly recommend, if your family does like Mexican food, this is so good. I'm going to see if I can't figure out something more Italian. I did make a fuel pool Italian style hamburger helper, and I used a half a box of a different pasta for that one. And so the numbers fit again, but you can still use your elbows from your Dreamfields or these guys. And I have found that when I've got a lot of stuff like the cauliflower rice and the meat and the onions and the garlic, I don't need a whole box of pasta. This box is for 4 servings. So if I just did half a box, we've cut these numbers per serving in half if you're going to feed 4 people. Again, this made more than what would fit in this bowl. We ate it yesterday and then last night. And there's still all of this left. We have so much left. And as written, if you follow the instructions, it is a fuel pool. One thing that's great, by doing the frozen rice cauliflower is I do heat it up in my microwave. I add it to this, and by using the frozen seasoning blend or the frozen peppers and onions mix, you don't have to soften it. It's going to soften when you cook it with your meat and your cauliflower. Otherwise, you might, it has to be soft for me. I just cannot handle a crunchy bell pepper. I know that's weird. And you have to add no fat to any of this. There is no added fat in this at all, and that means that then you can add your fat however you want. I just thought I'd make a video kind of explaining it because I've had a couple questions and some specific ideas of what to do with this, and it is honestly almost anything you want. Like I said, we did breakfast, lunch, snacks, and dinners with this. Beans again aren't necessary, and if you just have a can, that's fine. I just had some in my pantry, and they're super easy to just soak, rinse, and then just cook on low all day. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I hope if you're doing the hydration challenge, I think this is my third one of these. Thanks for watching.